Welcome back to the anniversary special for the Stephen Knight Show. I am here with Chike, my counterpart in movie reviews, and of course, one of the members of the Hot Topics. And you do so much other things for the show too that people don't see. So, welcome for
Yeah.
joining me.
Yeah. Thank you for having me
Yeah. So
after 11 years.
I know, I know. So I'm going to take us all the way back to the beginning. How do you know Stephen?
Mm. So Stevens' hometown is the town that I actually went to college in. I went to Virginia Union University, and Stephen and I actually connected during that time that I was in Richmond, and we hadn't connected in years after that during that time period, but we stayed in touch via email, chat rooms, and it just so happens I had planned an Atlanta trip and I had like met up with him like after so much time. And he told me that he was creating a podcast. I should, check it out. And then in me checking it out, um, basically, um, he was like, "What did you think?" And I critiqued it. And I told him, what I thought, and maybe some things could be augmented, tweaked, and I came up with the whole concept of the movie thing because back then we used to be on Fridays,
Hmm.
and I thought that a movie review reference would be like a quick reference before you went out to the movies on a Friday night. New releases used to come out Thursdays and Fridays, and
Hmm.
we were like right there. And I was like, yeah, we could do movie reviews right before the weekend, give people something to look forward to over the weekend. And that's how it got started.
Okay. So you weren't on the kind of the first few episodes. What did you think of those first few episodes before you kind of either gave your feedback or was brought on?
I thought that they were good. I thought that they had something golden, and that goldenness could be expounded upon. So I thought that I could bring something to the table. And prior to the Stephen Knight show, I had some industry connections, and I kind of privately thought before I presented it to Stephen that I could help him get some guests. And that was kind of sort of my angle in the first place.
Hmm.
Um, and it just aligned itself that way, and it worked out.
No, that's awesome. So I'm going to see if your memory is well. Do you remember the first movie you reviewed on the Stephen Knight show?
Oh wow.
And if not, that's fine because
Yeah.
it's tough
Do
for me to
you
remember.
remember the first movie I reviewed for the Stephen Knight show? Because I don't.
No, I don't either. So it'll be interesting to look back into that. But so you got brought onto the show. You're doing the movie reviews. But I wanted to know a little bit more about kind of the behind the scenes work. Because you did bring in a lot of guests.
Hmm.
And how did you get involved with that aspect?
Well, it started out with me, and always I'm a fan first. And
Hmm.
even in my own productions, my own stuff that I do, I'm a fan first, and I move off of that. If I gravitate towards something, or even if I experience something like going to concerts, going to live shows, and I tend to meet people, and I like to give artists, being an artist yourself, we need all the exposure we can get.
Hmm.
Sometimes, especially in the independent world, we basically dabble in the independent realm. And I like to shine a flashlight on people that are out doing great things, but just don't get the notoriety. So that's the nucleus of my drive.
Okay, nope, makes sense. And at the beginning, was it easy to kind of get guests aligned with the show? Was there a little bit of kind of a selling aspect?
So it kind of had a wave to it. So initially it was easy because I was basically just using my resources. Who I was connected to, who I was aligned with, who I'd already met, who I had a relationship with already. And then there was a point in time where it became difficult
Hmm.
because I burned through those people. And yeah, it took some work, and I had to come up with a spiel to sell the Stephen Knight show because the Stephen Knight show hadn't proven itself at that point. And then so kind of sort of simultaneously I started doing my own thing,
Hmm.
which allowed for me to like cipher guests through me, through Steven, or sometimes I would throw them through Steven first and then they would come to me. So me having my own situation kind of gave me leverage to help the Stephen Knight show, and vice versa. The Stephen Knight show also helped me. And then when the Stephen Knight show started gaining momentum and it started making a name for itself, it became surprisingly easy. I'd mentioned to someone, I would like for you to be on our podcast, Stephen Nacho. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I want to do that. You guys have a good show. You guys, it's fun. So yeah.
Nice. So you started doing movie reviews, and I'm going to bring us back to a moment when Steven said, "Hey, I'm bringing Adam onto the show to do movie
Hmm.
reviews with you." And I
Hmm.
didn't know at the time how much, if it would have even affected much. Steven asked me, and I was like, I'll join." But what were your thoughts?
So initially, it was called Chike's Take, and I didn't. He told me that you were an actor. He told me that you made movies. So I was thinking that it was going to be a good fit. This dude knows movies. I mean,
Hmm.
he knows film. I can actually have banter with him before I even met you, just because of what you were into. I was like, I'm going to be able to have banter with him because he knows the lingo, he knows the art. We'll be able to, have a educated conversation with him.
Hmm.
And I think from the beginning, at least in my opinion, it turned out pretty well between us. Like I think we hit it off pretty well from the beginning.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're the best segment of the show and continue to be. But that's just my thoughts. So you've done hot topics, you've done interviews. Anything that were your favorite moments in hot topics over the past 10 years, and your favorite maybe interview person of the past 10 years?
Mm, I would say, as far as the segments go, I really enjoy Hot Topics because that's when you see all of our personalities come out.
Hmm.
And I think we laugh the most during Hot Topics. Um, and I have to be biased and say that our segment is pretty good simply because that's the most segment that I've heard feedback about. And I don't know if I'm hearing the most feedback because it's my segment, I mean our segment,
Hmm.
but the critique has been that we're hard on movies and we drive a hard line. But I'm proud of that. I'm
Hmm.
proud that we hold these movies to a standard because we're spending our money,
Exactly.
and so I'm glad that we can do that. I'm glad that we can play hardball and state our opinions as it relates to this art.
Yep. What about guests?
Hmm. Oh man, it's been so many over the years. Um, uh, I don't know. Okay, so there was a guest, Miss Greta, and she was from, oh man, I can't remember her company now, but her name is Miss Greta, and she used to run organization specifically about pets, and then
Hmm.
she wound up changing the direction of her organization. But Miss Greta always reached back. She's always looked back at us and ushered us along and cheerleaded us on to the point where she even donated some boys to men tickets
Oh
that
wow.
we were able to uh, have a contest and give away. And those people that received those tickets were able to have a VIP meet and greet with boys to men. So it was that's us as a show giving to our listeners, and then actually them actually having something tangible to say that they experienced this from the Stephen Knight show. That was pretty cool.
Nice. So 10 years is a long time for anything to commit to. Were there any moments over the 10 years where you're like, I think
I
I'm
would have
ready?
quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day, every damn day.
Wow.
Yeah, and like today, like this is extra, Steven. You're gonna have to send me a check or something because this wasn't scheduled.
What, you're not
I'm
having fun?
playing. No, I kid, I kid. Um, hmm, I don't know. You stumped me, Adam.
That's the purpose.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
really don't know.
Yeah, yeah, no, and that's fine. It's just I know a lot of things change in our lives over 10 years, so it's interesting just to kind of see. Was there
Hmm.
like a moment where you're like, I'm ready just to kind of take a break, or just
No,
again, and
because I
you do
mean,
a lot in the background as well, so it's a lot more than someone like me or Aaron perhaps that just have to kind of watch the current events or watch
yeah,
movies. You actually have to do a lot more, so
yeah,
it can definitely wear on
yeah.
someone.
I enjoy what I do.
Hmm.
I guess the most difficult thing in this role would be the scheduling of things. Especially when Steven started doing more active, being more active in the scheduling. There would be some type of overlapping sometimes, but we work through it. We could always
Mhm.
work through anything. We always have. Steven is a good boss and a good partner to work with. Um, yeah, still going strong. Like I said, it's frustration, but I never think about quitting. It's
Yeah.
given me so much. It's the Stephen Knight show basically has been the catalyst for the rest of everything else I do. Stephen Knight show has afforded me popularity,
Mhm.
influencership, if I can say that, through social media. I've obtained sponsorships, ambassadorships. I've been in movies, all because of this particular platform. So I'm thankful.
Yeah, and I was about to add to that. So, during this 10-year period, you have done a lot of other stuff. You've done your own program, Conversations with Chike. You've gotten into the film side of things, not only with
Mhm.
acting, but kind of the production side. What has been your kind of favorite happy accident from the Stephen Knight show?
Mm. Probably the privilege of somewhat celebrity.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that in an egotistical way, but having that moniker kind of opens doors for you that would not be open before.
Yep.
So I figure at this point, because I have a name, whatever that means,
Hmm.
it gives me access to people. I have more access, so I can schedule better guests. People are more willing to do favors for me because I have some
Yep.
clout behind my name now. I love it when I'm going to an event and I'm nervous because I'm meeting someone that I never met before and they actually know me already. That's still mind tripping.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Were you nervous on your first episode at the Stephen Knight show?
I had no clue, no idea what the hell I was doing. None. So I just, I faked it till I made it.
No, that's
This
great. Okay, so I think Stephen Knight Show will still be around for 10 more years. What are your thoughts for the future, or messages to Stephen, or anything that you look forward to, or goals, or even, and this is kind of a separate question, but who would you like to be interviewed uh, on the Stephen Knight Show in the future? Who's like your wish list or your bucket list of, like, here's the top person I would love that we could interview. And then adding on to that is the question of, where do you think the show can go in 10 years?
Mm. So there are a few guests that elude us, Stephen and I both, people that we're fans of that we would like to have on. I know Shantae Moore is a big guest that Stephen and I both want to have on, but she tends to elude us. I'm not giving up. Um, because, Stephen and I both share a love for music.
Hmm.
And he has a lot of musicians that he wants on. Anthony Hamilton, Shantae Moore. I would like to get Shaka Khan. I'm into the legends because I believe that they have, not that everyone doesn't have a story to tell, but I think the legends have a bigger story to tell because they've experienced so much in the entertainment industry.
Hmm.
Um, some iconic authors, just people that have been in the game for a long time, and I like to know the story of longevity. I like to know the struggles. I like to know the success stories,
Hmm.
and any advice that they could give to other artists. Again, for me, the catalyst is independence and shining a light on people that are great but just haven't had the notoriety yet. And I like to use the veterans to help shine light on the new and coming, up and coming.
Okay. And then future of the show, what do you have, any thoughts?
I am looking for Stephen or myself to receive a phone call, an email telling us that they want to take the Stephen Knight show to a reality show, a live platform.
Hmm.
I would pack my bags and move to Atlanta for that.
No, I think I'd move back to Atlanta for that too. Well, that's wonderful. And again, thanks, Chike, for taking the time with me to kind of discuss the past 10 years of the Stephen Knight show. I
Yeah.
think this was great. And I look forward to starting off next season with you for our movie reviews.
And let me just say this. I just want to give you your roses for a minute. I think that you've been an excellent and awesome co-host. Very well educated and knowledgeable about films. And I like that we mutually have that hard line when it comes to critiquing these films. And that's not even something that you and I ever discussed. We
Hmm.
just happen to have been on the same page when it comes to that. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you as a partner.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And same to you. I think that's why. we are one of the, again, in my opinion, the best segment is because we have that good back and forth, and we both seen movies, and even if they're not the same, we know what to look for in a movie, and
Exactly.
so we make sure we relay that. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right,
So
well,
well, I'll see you. When is it? Next week? Next week? Week after? When do we come back?
so yeah, I don't know. We'll just say next time because I don't know. I don't know when he's going to publish this. So, so we'll see you next.
Okay.
We'll see you on the season premiere.
There you go.